Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Dear students of class 8, today we're going to study about eukaryotic cell, and in the previous lecture we studied about prokaryotic cell, and today we will try to know what is this eukaryotic cell all about. As far as this eukaryotic cell is concerned, the word first of all, the word eukaryote, eu means true, okay, and this karyote means nucleus, right? Means those cells, those cell, in Kashmir I would say, thum cell, yemen mans true nucleus asa, the nucleus is asa ird gird kus nuclear membrane. And thum cell, those cells having a nucleus enclosed by a nuclear membrane is called as a eukaryotic cell, right? As far as the eukaryotic cells are concerned, plant cell, animal cells, and fungal cells, these are all eukaryotic cells. These are all eukaryotic cells. So, eukaryotic cells are those cells, I am repeating, which have a nucleus, right? And this nucleus is centrally placed and it is enclosed by a membrane which is called as nuclear membrane, right? And the nuclear material which is called chromatin as well, this is within the nucleus. The chromatin material is within the nucleus, and this chromatin material, it is separated from the cytoplasm by the nuclear membrane. It means that there is no direct contact between the chromatin material and the cytoplasm, right? But in prokaryotic cells, the chromatin material was free. There was no true nucleus. There were no nuclear membranes. So the chromatin material were the chromatin material and the cytoplasm in the prokaryotic cells, they were in direct contact. But here there is no direct contact as far as the chromatin material and the cytoplasm of the cell is concerned, right? So we can say that eukaryotic cells, for example, you have a plant cell is an eukaryotic cell, animal cell is an eukaryotic cell, fungal cell is also an eukaryotic cell. These are eukaryotic cells. And organisms which are made up of eukaryotic cells, they are called as eukaryotes. And the organisms which are made up of prokaryotic cells, they are called as prokaryotes. But here we would like to, confine ourselves to eukaryotic cells only, right? Here I have drawn a particular animal cell. Although plant cell is also an eukaryotic cell, fungal cell is also an eukaryotic cell, but here I have drawn an animal cell. You know the animal cells, they vary in shape. There's a variation as far as the shape of animal cells are concerned. Usually the animal cells are oval shaped, but they are round shaped. But here's an animal cell. Please now look at this diagram carefully. Here you see in the center, you see this structure. This is called as nucleus, right? And this nucleus is bound by a membrane which is called as nuclear membrane. This is called as nuclear membrane, right? Nuclear membrane. And within the nucleus, there's a matrix. This is called as nucleoplasm. And within this nucleoplasm, you will find these chromatin material or nuclear material, right? And around the nucleus, you have the drill-like matrix is called as cytoplasm. I'm not going to explain all these structures to you because I have explained most of them to you in our previous lectures. And I must tell you, I have consumed almost 15 or so days discussing with you the cell organelles only, right? So I won't be, discussing all these structures with you. Just to make you understand what is this eukaryotic cell, I have drawn this cell for you, and I am just trying to show you the various organelles present in an eukaryotic cell, right? So you see this is cytoplasm, and then you see these structures, they are called as mitochondria, then lysosomes, okay, then you have these vacuoles as well, and you have one more thing, this is endoplasmic reticulum. I will tell you later on what is this, and there are two types, RER, rough endoplasmic reticulum, and smooth endoplasmic reticulum. Now what we will do next is that we will try to know how many double organelles, how many double membranes organelles are present in this structure, in this diagram, or in the eukaryotic cell, how many are single membranous organelles there in this cell. And what are the other organelles which are absolutely membraneless? So we have three types of organelles as far as the eukaryotic cells are concerned, right? So what we will do, first of all, we will take up those organelles which are bound by two membranes. That means double membranous organelle. Those organelles which are bound by two membranes, right? And the first organelle which comes to our mind having two membranes is, what is that? As far as the double membrane organelles are concerned, what are those? First is nucleus. Nucleus itself is a double membrane organelle. It's like this, okay, like this. So we can say nucleus in an eukaryotic cell is a double membranous organelle because it is bound by two membranes, right? And you know the function of the nucleus. Nucleus is called the brain of cell, right? And it controls all the functions of the cell. And it also contains very important material, which is DNA, this chromatin material, DNA, RNA, okay? Repeating, nucleus, what I am talking about is that there are double membranous organelles present in the eukaryotic cell. Here the first double membranous organelle is the nucleus, and nucleus is usually called as the brain of the cell because it controls all the activities of the same, more or less like our brain, right? Brain controls all the functions of our body. Same is the case with nucleus. Nucleus also controls all the functions of the body. It contains DNA, it contains RNA, and it contains nucleolus. Nucleolus is a dark string structure. Here you see dark string structure which is present in the nucleus. This is called as nucleolus. So in other words, we can say nucleolus, nuclear membrane, nucleoplasm. These these three structures constitute the nucleus, right? So if you are supposed to say what are the parts of the nucleus, you should say it is nucleolus, nuclear membrane, and nucleoplasm. These are the parts of the nucleus. As far as this nucleus is concerned, it is called the brain of nucleus. Why? Because it controls all the activities of the cell. It contains DNA, it contains RNA, it contains nucleolus, right? So this is one of the double membranous organelles found in the eukaryotic cell. Another is mitochondria, and I have discussed this mitochondria with you some 5-6 days ago. Hope that you remember this. Mitochondria is double membranous organelle, and it is in the membrane is thrown into folders. This folder is called as cristae. And what is the function of mitochondria? It is the powerhouse of cell. It is called the powerhouse of cell. It provides energy to the cell in the form of ATP, adenosine triphosphate, right? I am not going into details of mitochondria because I have discussed this mitochondria with you, and you can refer to my previous lectures which are available on the YouTube, where I have discussed with you the mitochondria. I gave a full talk on mitochondria. Hope that you remember all things about mitochondria. So this mitochondria is also a double membranous organelle. It is responsible for providing the cell with the energy in the form of ATP. Another is, if you take the example of plant cells have got what we call as plastids, which are associated with the chloroplastids. Plastids in plant cells are also is also a double membranous organelle, which is supposed to be associated with the process of photosynthesis. But here I have taken animal cell as a typical eukaryotic cell, so that I can tell you about these the different types of organelles present in the eukaryotic cell, right? And then what just these two, nucleus and the mitochondria, these are the double membranous organelle found in the eukaryotic cell. Other than these, there are also single membrane organelle. Those organelles which have got single membrane, which are bound by single membrane. Tam te organelle यमन अंदि अकई मेम्ब्रेन जन आसान कह तम तम मसलन गए कुछ सेल मेम्ब्रेनस मज कुछ गए Golgi bodies या उन्होंने Golgi apparatus या उन्होंने Golgi complex you see Golgi bodies से आसान ठीक Golgi bodies से आसान they are here you see ये भी सिंगल मेम्ब्रेन ऑर्गेनेल होती है सबसे बड़ी बात ये होती है जो Golgi bodies का जो concave साइड होता है ये concave अब if I show you here like this side is concave and this side is convex right जो इनका जो होता है ना concave side किनका इस Golgi body में concave side से आसा जो Golgi bodies का concave side होता है वो कहाँ पर होता है that is towards the cytoplasm और जो इनका convex side होता है that is towards the nucleus right Golgi bodies को draw करने से पहले you have to remember that the convex side of the Golgi bodies should face the cytoplasm and the concave side should face to the nucleus, right? And the function of Golgi bodies is that what is the function of Golgi bodies in the cell as far as the eukaryotic cell is concerned? These Golgi bodies are involved in the process and packaging of proteins and lipids. यह जो protein तो lipids से बना process गसान pack this is the function which is carried out by the Golgi apparatus, right? Plus, they are also in the synthesis. They are also involved in the synthesis of cell wall in plant cells, and they are also involved in the synthesis of cell membrane in animal cells, right? Or we can say the plasma membrane. और उसके बाद जो क्या कहते हैं उसको और भी एक और फंक्शन है इसकी Golgi bodies की they secrete some substances they secrete some chemical substances and then these substances are transported outside the cell right so very important functions are associated with the Golgi apparatus but my point here is to make you understand that Golgi apparatus are single membranous organelles found in an eukaryotic cell other than Golgi apparatus there are small these round like structures they are vacuoles and vacuoles you also know that plant cells have got a large vacuole right animal cells have got small many vacuoles but these vacuoles ultimately disappear when the cell matures right what's the function of these vacuoles if you can remind yourselves I told you that vacuoles are responsible for storing food आप अगर आपको याद होगा तो मैंने आपसे कहा था जो वैक्यूल्स होते हैं प्लांट सेल के अंदर बड़े बड़े वैक्यूल होते हैं एक ही होता है और एनिमल सेल्स के अंदर काफी सारे छोटे छोटे वैक्यूल्स होते हैं और वैक्यूल्स भी क्या होते हैं देयर आल्सो सिंगल मेम्ब्रेनस ऑर्गेनेली ये भी सिंगल मेम्ब्रेनस ऑर्गेनेली होती है इनके अंदर इनके इर्द गिर्द सिर्फ एक ही मेम्ब्रेन होती है और इनकी सबसे बड़ी फंक्शन क्या दे गिव रिजिडिटी टू द सेल they give turbidity and rigidity to the cell and other than giving the rigidity and turbidity to the cell they also do one thing they store food they store water they store sugar okay they store minerals and of course they have a very important function as far as the as far as we can say the storage of these wastes are present that's why we call it the vacuoles they constitute the waste system of the cell right so this is about vacuoles then there is one more organelle which is called as lysosome lysosomes are also single membranous organelle found in the eukaryotic cells and the lysosomes you don't need to know in detail about lysosomes simply remember lysosomes are bag like structures they contain strong digestive enzymes right and when a cell becomes dysfunctional or when cell gets damaged these lysosomes burst they secrete digestive enzymes and these enzymes digest the cell okay so that's why we also call them as suicidal bags that's why lysosomes are also called as suicidal bags then now these were the single membranous organelles now comes the turn of those organelles which have got no membrane at all in eukaryotic cell there are certain organelles which we do not have any membrane we call them as membraneless organelle right and the first and the foremost membraneless organelle is what we ribosomes yes Ribosomes are membraneless. They do not have a membrane. Ribosomes are what we call as ribosomes are membraneless organelles. Ribosomes are membraneless organelles, right? And these ribosomes do what? They are responsible for the process of protein synthesis. It is very clear to all of you, right? And here I must tell you one thing, that as far as these what we call as ribosomes are concerned, they synthesize proteins. But here you see the structures here, this rough endoplasmic reticulum and smooth endoplasmic reticulum. I forgot to tell you about this one. As far as this rough, why it's called rough? Because here you see the stalks, they have got dots on them. These are ribosomes. So if ribosomes are attached with this endoplasmic reticulum, we call it rough endoplasmic reticulum, right? If there are no ribosomes attached with this endoplasmic reticulum, we call it smooth endoplasmic reticulum. We call it smooth endoplasmic reticulum. So we can say that this rough endoplasmic reticulum, it has got ribosomes on it, so it also synthesizes proteins for the cell, right? Now if these proteins are then, they are either stored or they are transported to the cytoplasm of the cell. Okay, so these what I said, uh, these ribosomes ribosomes are membraneless, or we can say non-membranous organelle found in the eukaryotic cells. Their function is that they are responsible for the protein synthesis. Then there are these, you can see these uh, tube-like structures. These are spread all over the cytoplasm. These are called as microtubules and microfilaments, and together they are called as, they constitute what we call as cytoskeleton of the cell. Cytoskeleton of the cell. Microtubules, microfilaments, they together constitute the cytoskeleton of the cell. They are also membraneless organelles, and they do what? They give shape to the cell. They give shape to the cell. They also give strength to the cell. And you can understand better from the word cytoskeleton itself, right? So these are also what we call as membraneless organelles. Other than these, there are centrioles as well. I don't think that this is the right time for you people to understand the centrioles, right? Centrioles are also what we call as membraneless organelles found in the cell, and they help in the formation of spindle fibers during the cell division, right? So these are this is all about the eukaryotic cell. Now I would like to summarize what eukaryotic cell is all about. Eukaryotic cells are those cells which have a distinct nucleus enclosed by a nuclear membrane. The chromatin material, or we can say the chromatin, it is uh, found within the nucleoplasm of the nucleus, right? And in the eukaryotic cells, we have double membranous organelles, we have single membranous organelles, and we have membraneless organelles as well. And here you see the chromatin material, which is present in the nucleoplasm. This is separated from the cytoplasm by the nuclear membrane. Okay, nucleus in the eukaryotic cell is a double membranous organelle, right? In prokaryotic cell there was no nucleus, there was no true nucleus, there were no nuclear membrane at all. But here you see the nucleus along with the nuclear membrane, right? So the this chromatin fiber is separated from the cytoplasm by nuclear membrane, right? And also those organisms which are made up of eukaryotic cells, they are called as eukaryotes. For example, we human beings are eukaryotes, plants are eukaryotes, fungi are eukaryotes. Thank you very much.